Hey everyone! Have you ever wanted to loot a dungeon with your entire family? Well, now you can with Dungeon Drop by Phase Shift Games.
So Dungeon Drop is from Phase Shift Games. It comes in this little cute little cube box. 2 to 4 player, designed by Scott R. Smith, and we'll give you a little playthrough video of this game and show you what's included. These are just prototype components, so the final components will probably be a lot different, but it gives you an idea how the game plays and what it's all about. Let's get to the table. Okay, so we're going to play a 3-player match of Dungeon Drop. It's going to be myself and Sydney and my wife Amanda. So the way this game starts is everybody's going to get a race card at random. Sydney, why don't you pick a card?
I want this one.
All right, Amanda. And then these are going to be shown. These are one of our character abilities. Let me just show you what these race cards have. They have an initiative number, and this is going to determine the order of play for the first round. And they also have a life total. So my dwarf here has 5 life. It also has a race ability which is called Mine, where I can count 1 gold as a pillar in this game. So that's my dwarf. Sydney, what did you get for a race?
I got a half orc.
A half orc, and you also have 5 life. And what's your ability?
It's called Bash, and I flick a monster.
You can flick a monster. So the monsters are these little cubes, which we'll just talk about here in a little bit. Amanda, what is your race ability?
A Sleth.
A Sleth. I think it's
it's like a snake person.
Like a snake person? Wow. So what is the ability?
Constrict. I can redrop all cubes outside the dungeon boundary.
Oh, nice. And you have 5 life?
I do.
All right. Sydney's initiative is 9. Amanda's initiative is 8.
Ooh, this one.
All right. These are another ability. These are our class cards. We'll see what... and these are designed really well so that you can kind of put them together and they form one big large card. But I am a rogue, and basically my Shadow Find, I collect 1 cube outside the dungeon boundary, which I will explain in a little bit. All right, Sydney, what did you get for a class?
I'm an archer.
An archer?
Because I'm cool.
Okay. And Amanda, what did you get? Oh, what is your archer ability?
Oh, it's called Bullseye, and I flick 1 non-pillar cube, and if it hits another cube of the same color, I get to collect them both. Otherwise, I cannot form a room containing either of those cubes.
Very good. And Amanda, what did you get?
I have the ranger. I can scavenge. I count 1 cube outside the dungeon boundary as a pillar.
Oh, nice. Okay. Some very good combinations, some unusual combinations with this play, and that's one thing that I really like about this game is because it's you've got a lot of replayability with the different types of classes and different races here, and they're all at random, so you're going to have all sorts of different combinations. The other really cool thing about this game is that it's got really unique scoring. The scoring is based on the quests that you get, and everybody gets a quest card. So Sydney, take a quest card.
Ooh. I want this one.
These actually stay hidden until the end of the game. And I'll take this one. And those are going to determine the scoring. All the rest of these cards, the race cards, the class cards, and the quest cards, these can all go back just off to the side. They're not going to be used at all during the rest of the game. I'll just kind of give you an idea of what the scoring on the quest card looks like. They're all kind of different, but it's going to tell you what each cube is going to score, and then usually there's some sort of other scoring bonus that you have down here as well. And all of these are different, and like I said, you get one of these at the start of every game, so your scoring for one game could be different than another. Also part of the setup is these initiative trackers. Initiative goes by highest first, so I have the 10th, so
like over here.
Yep, so I'm going to get the first, Sydney is going to get the second,
Yay.
and then Amanda is going to get the third. Now, the final part of the setup
is you get to drop all the cubes.
Is you get to drop the cubes because It's called what, Sydney?
It's called Dungeon Drop.
That's called Dungeon Drop.
I thought you would know this by now since we're making a video about it.
Yes, I should know this by now. I was kind of just seeing if you were paying attention. You're going to just drop all the small cubes onto the table. And
we put them on a mat. The mat does not come with the game, but we put them on a mat so that way it's easier to do the things.
Exactly. Now there's all sorts of different cubes on this table, as you can see in this dungeon. Every player is going to get a player aid, and this explains what each of the cubes do and what they are. We'll just go right down the list here. The gray cubes are the pillars, and you take 3 pillars to connect and form a room. So you're going to try to find a triangle of 3 gray pillars and take all the contents inside that triangle. A gold cube is, of course, a gold. An orange cube, like this one right here, is an open chest key. The game comes with little orange dice, and you can actually unlock these chests. And at the end of the game, you're going to roll this die, and it will tell you how many points it scores. So you have this really great chance of scoring 6 points, or maybe you might only score 1 point. And then there are different clear or transparent cubes, and those are various gems. And the gems all score different ways based on the quest. There are these green cubes here, which are goblins, and then there's a dark green troll cube or 2 in there, and those take off, and both the goblins and the trolls take off hit points, but the troll actually scores you some points if you can survive after picking it up. There's a red cube that's larger than everything else. It is the dragon cube. It actually takes 10 hit points off, but it scores 6 points. Now you're probably wondering, well, most of the characters only have 3 or 5 hit points. How do you score the dragon if it's going to take 10 hit points? The way you can score the dragon is by scoring the silver armor cube, and the silver armor cube discards all of the hit point loss for 1 monster. So yeah, that's how you score the dragon. In a 2-player game, you're going to take 6 cubes out of this box and drop them onto the dungeon. With a 3-player game, you are going to drop 4, and with a 4-player game, you're going to drop 3. So since we have a 3-player game, we are going to drop 4 cubes, and I have 2 gold and 2 pillars, and you just drop them right in the middle here. And since there's a cube that went outside of the area, that actually goes to the next person. The next person that drops cubes into the dungeon gets to drop that along with it. Now I can either use my dwarf ability or my rogue ability.
If you want to.
If you want to. Usually you do. It's usually a good thing. I can use 1 gold as a pillar, or I can collect 1 cube outside of the dungeon, which, I don't think I really want to do that. I think what I want to do is I want to count 1 cube as a pillar, or 1 gold as a pillar. And I think what I'm going to, which one should I do? I think I'm going to use this one as a pillar and score this room right here. And you can form any triangle.
Won't this interfere with the line?
No. This one does, though.
Yeah, I know.
You can form any 3 pillars as long as there isn't a pillar in the middle of it. So you just have to take 3 that are all by themselves. Now it is Sydney's turn.
Yay. So it's 4, right?
Yep, 4.
And that green one.
And that green one, yep. That's going to go over to you since it went outside the boundary.
There's the dragon.
There is the dragon. So what would you like to do? Would you like to flick 1 monster? Would you like to flick 1 non-pillar cube? And if it hits another of the same, you can score it. It's totally up to you.
I will flick this one.
No, it's got to be a monster. Oh,
It's
any 1 non.
Yeah, no
okay,
pillar
so you're gonna try to.
Oh. I'm gonna do this because why not? And I can't come up with anything else that's very interesting. But I'm gonna go like this.
Okay.
And take
Sure.
this.
All right, Amanda, it's your turn. Oh, don't forget the 2 that you inherited from the last round.
Inherited.
Okay.
All right, so what do you have for...
So...
Oh, any cube outside of the boundary can be a pillar.
And it will be.
And what else do you have? Count 1 cube outside the dungeon boundary as a pillar. Oh, yeah, and constrict.
So
You can redrop all the cubes from outside the boundary. Ooh. You got some really good abilities right there.
I had a plan, but some things got moved around, so now it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the
That's how it works in this game.
The game state does change quite a bit.
I'm going to use that gold as a pillar,
Okay.
and I'm going to go like that. It's going to be a weird triangle
So
shape.
it's gonna go like right across there and like a really thin
Yep.
triangle.
Yep, and I think just this one, right?
I think you could probably get this blue one as well.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So now what we do to determine the initiative order, we see who's the most encumbered, and you do that by counting how many cubes you have. I have 7 cubes. You have 2. You have 1. So Sydney, you get to go first. Amanda, you get to go second. And I get to go third since I have the most. And we start this all over again. We do this for 3 rounds, and then we score up our points.
I'm gonna go like this.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And take all of these.
All right.
And the weird like greenish like swamp colored thingy, that's a troll, and it takes away 2 HP, but it gives you 3 points.
Nice.
So yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. All right, you get to go next, Amanda.
When it says I can redrop all the cubes outside the dungeon boundary, what is that considered?
I think it's pretty much anything that's like not inside
The main like group.
Yeah, so I think you can pretty
Let's
much
do it.
Okay.
So let's scoop up everything that's considered outside the dungeon boundary.
Okay, that's probably inside the dungeon boundary. These are not.
Those are not.
What about this one?
Those are yep.
Those
and
are not.
That's not.
And what about
that's not.
those?
Those, well, there's a gray one over there, so it's considered
Yep.
in. Let's see what we got.
Alright, so that's gonna go to me, so I can drop that next round. Or next turn.
I think I'm just gonna go here,
Okay.
take these.
Sure. Alright. Oh.
It's a 3.
So that's going to go to whoever drops next. Going to... I think what I'm going to do... This from outside the dungeon area, because I can collect 1 cube outside the dungeon boundary. And then I'm going to... I think I'm going to score this and just take this cube right here. Alright, that's the end of round 2. Let's reset our initiative. Who's the least encumbered? That would probably be
Me.
you have 4
I have 5.
and I have 9. So, all right, Amanda, you need to drop that as well. Oh.
I am going to count 1 cube outside the dungeon boundary as a pillar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make it that gold cube.
Okay.
And then
You do that.
my room, I think I can have it be these
Mm-hmm. That's gonna.
two?
Yep. And then that's not gonna, because this is
Because that's
not gonna include it.
right.
So yep. So you take that, and that.
You get the armor.
But too bad the armor's in the last round of the game.
Yep. So
It's okay.
It's okay.
All right. Sydney, you're up.
Well, you never know then.
3 of them.
Nice.
To be exact.
Okay, what would you like to do? Would you like to flick one monster, or would you like to flick another?
Non-pillar cube.
Yep. Flick it.
Okay, hit it.
So then you get both of them.
Yay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go like that and take this.
Okay, sounds good. All right, now I'm going to take the last 4, just like that. I think I want to take this one out of the boundary, this right here, and I'm going to take this chest and kind of gamble a little bit. All right, so now all 3 rounds have taken place. We then reveal what our quests were. So, Sydney, what is your quest that you were getting?
Fool's Folly.
All right, let's show it.
And the clear ones were 2, the pink ones were 2, and the blue ones were 1.
And then the chest score double. So I see why you wanted that chest. So it's going to count as 2.
And I also
points.
got these, and I was like,
Yeah. What did you get, Amanda? Right. So Amanda's quest was Prince's Prize. The purple ones count as 3, clear ones count as 2, the blue ones count as 2, and then the dragon scores double. You didn't get a chance to score but you had. If we had gone one more round, you probably would have gotten that dragon and really kind of just slaughtered
Probably.
us. And then, of course, mine was Sage's Stand, where 3, 2, 1, and if my health is at 3+, I also score 6, which I did not take any damage on my character, so that's going to count as 6 as well. So that's almost like taking the dragon right there. All right, so let's count up our points and find out who won Dungeon Drop. All right, I know how much I have. How much do you have?
10.
You have 10 points. How many do you have, Sydney?
13.
I have 27.
Show off.
Oh, all right. That kind of gives you an idea of what Dungeon Drop is. Let's give you our final thoughts. All right, so that was kind of a quick little playthrough of Dungeon Drop. Sydney, what did you think of Dungeon Drop as a whole? What did you think of this game by Phase Shift?
It was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I like the little art style.
The art style is...
They look like they have like little chubby cheeks, and it's adorable.
Yeah, they got like this little cute little, I don't know what you want to call it, chibi or anime kind of art to it. The art's really, really well done. The artist is on the box here. I mentioned, I pronounced their name, but I know I'm just going to, butcher their name. But the artist is really, really great on this project, and I apologize for not saying it, but that's kind of the thing with this show is I butcher names a lot. I think this was a really cute little game. It's not overly complicated. It's a nice little light filler game that you can play with your family. I like the replayability of this game. I like the fact that there's different classes and different races, and there's all sorts of different combinations. I love the fact that there's different scoring.
I like how it's like random every time, so now you can't pick like best combination.
Yeah, I like that too.
And you have to like use what you have to your advantage.
Exactly. Yeah,
like in life.
I like this game a lot. I think it's cute. I think it's a nice little filler game. Every dungeon is going to be different. You're going to have different pillars. You're going to have different monsters. It's just going to be a different setup every single time. And I think that's what makes Dungeon Drop really unique. Yeah. In fact, they say it's instant dungeon with infinite possibilities is the tagline. And I think that's very true with this game. So if you are interested in picking up a copy of Dungeon Drop, I will put a link to the Kickstarter down below. Feel free to click on that. And let us know if you back Dungeon Drop on Kickstarter. You can just let us know in the comments. So if you'd like to see more Kickstarter preview videos like this one, I'm going to tell you to hit the like button down below. And also hit the subscribe button with the little bell, and you'll be notified every single time new content is put on this show.
And it's some pretty lit content.
Okay. All right. I guess it is. All right. That's going to do it for us. My name is Doug.
And I'm Sydney.
And this has been Victory Condition Gaming because...
winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table.
That's right. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am Doug.
And I'm Sydney.
And we're Victory Condition Gaming because... That's your line.